Watch this story in full. Subscribe, comment and like my channel, Green Mythology, for mythology and history. Gateway 2, the captivating worlds of ancient myth. Now watch the story in full please. The Nuckelavee, a portrait of Orcadian terror. From the windswept Isles of Orkney, steeped in a rich tapestry of Norse and Celtic influences, emerges one of the most terrifying figures in Scottish folklore, the Nuckelavee. This demonic entity, a hideous fusion of equine and human elements, is a creature of pure nightmare, a bringer of plague and destruction, and a potent symbol of the raw, untamed power of the sea and the land. Unlike many mythical beings that might possess a hint of tragedy or a complex motivation, the Nuckelavee is presented as a force of malevolence, a being whose very existence is inimical to human life and prosperity. A visage of unspeakable horror. The most striking and consistently horrifying aspect of the Nuckelavee is its appearance. Descriptions vary slightly depending on the teller, but the core elements remain constant, painting a picture of grotesque abomination. The creature is primarily horse-like, possessing the powerful, muscular body of a steed, but this is where any semblance of ordinary anatomy ends. Grafted onto this equine form is a human torso, emerging from the horse's back. This human component is perhaps the most disturbing detail, as it is often described as lacking skin. Witness accounts, passed down through generations of Orcadians, speak of seeing raw, exposed muscle, sinew, and pulsating veins, a gruesome spectacle that inspires instant revulsion and terror. The head of the Nuckelavee is another point of chilling detail. It is typically described as having a single, massive eye that burns with a malevolent red light. This cyclopean gaze is said to be able to strike fear into the bravest of hearts. The mouth is often depicted as wide and gaping, perhaps filled with sharp, yellow teeth. Some accounts suggest that the creature's breath is foul and corrupting, capable of wilting crops and spreading disease. The equine lower body is equally disturbing. While possessing the general shape of a horse, it is often described as being malformed or incomplete. Hooves might be splayed or twisted, and the overall impression is one of unnatural construction, a forced and horrific combination of disparate forms. The sheer wrongness of the Nuckelavee's physical form is central to its power as a figure of fear. It is a violation of natural order, a chaotic blend of life forms that should never be conjoined. Adding to the horror is the creature's sheer size and presence. The Nuckelavee is often described as being enormous, towering over humans and capable of covering great distances with unsettling speed. Its movements are likely envisioned as powerful and unnatural, a lumbering, perhaps lurching gait that further emphasizes its monstrous nature. The sound of its approach is said to be terrifying, the thunder of its unnatural hooves, perhaps accompanied by a guttural roar or a chilling wail. Origins in the mists of Orkney. The Nuckelavee is deeply embedded in the folklore of the Orkney Islands, a collection of islands off the northern coast of mainland Scotland. These islands have a unique cultural heritage, shaped by centuries of interaction between indigenous Pictish peoples, Norse settlers, who ruled the islands for centuries, and later Scottish influence. This blend of cultures has created a rich and often dark mythology, reflecting the harsh realities of life in a land dominated by the sea and the elements. The Nuckelavee is believed to have pre-Christian origins, likely stemming from ancient beliefs about malevolent spirits of the land and sea. The name, Nuckelavee, is thought to derive from the Orcadian word, nuggala, meaning devil, or demon. The v suffix might relate to the Norse word, leviathan, or simply be an intensifier. This linguistic connection hints at the creature's ancient roots and its association with purely negative forces. In Orcadian folklore, the natural world is often personified and imbued with supernatural power. The sea, in particular, is a dominant force, capable of both providing sustenance and unleashing devastating storms. The land, too, can be unforgiving, with bogs, cliffs, and unpredictable weather. The Nuckelavee embodies the terrifying aspects of both these realms. It is a creature of the coast, often said to emerge from the sea, bringing with it the chill and danger of the ocean depths. Yet, it also roams the land, blighting crops and spreading illness. This dual nature makes it a pervasive threat, capable of striking from multiple directions. The belief in the Nuckelavee served a practical purpose within Orcadian society. It was a cautionary tale, a way of explaining misfortunes and reinforcing community norms. The creature's association with disease and crop failure provided a supernatural explanation for events that were otherwise inexplicable and devastating to a community reliant on farming and fishing. It also served as a powerful deterrent against venturing out alone at night, particularly near the coast or during certain times of the year. Myths, legends, and terrifying encounters. Stories of the Nuckelavee are woven into the fabric of Orcadian oral tradition. While detailed, individual accounts are rare, understandably. Encounters with such a creature were likely brief and terrifying. The folklore paints a consistent picture of its behavior and the dread it inspired. The Nuckelavee is primarily active during the warmer months, from spring to autumn. It is particularly feared during times of drought or when crops are failing, as it is believed to be responsible for such misfortunes. Its presence is often associated with a sudden, unnatural stillness in the air, a chilling silence that precedes its arrival. One of the most well-known aspects of the Nuckelavee's mythology is its intense aversion to fresh water. This is its primary weakness and the only reliable defense against its wrath. Rivers, streams, and even a small puddle of fresh water are said to be sufficient to deter the creature. This detail is crucial in the stories of those who narrowly escaped the Nuckelavee's clutches. A common narrative involves someone being pursued by the creature and desperately seeking a burn, a small stream, to cross, knowing that the Nuckelavee cannot follow. The creature's power to spread disease is a recurring theme. It is blamed for epidemics that swept through the islands, affecting both humans and livestock. The Nuckelavee's foul breath or its very touch is said to be capable of transmitting illness and causing decay. This made it a terrifying figure during times of poor health and uncertainty. Another terrifying ability attributed to the Nuckelavee is its power to cause crops to wither and die. This was a devastating threat to the farming communities of Orkney. The creature's passage over fields was said to leave behind a trail of blighted vegetation, a visible sign of its malevolent influence. While the Nuckelavee is primarily a creature of the land and sea, it is notable for its absence during the winter months. This is attributed to the belief that the sea spirit, or Mither o' the sea, keeps the Nuckelavee contained during this time. This detail adds another layer to the mythology, suggesting a balance of power within the supernatural realm of Orkney, where even the most terrifying beings are subject to certain natural or supernatural cycles. Interpretations and symbolism. Beyond being a simple bogeyman figure, the Nuckelavee holds deeper symbolic meaning within Orcadian culture. It embodies the fears and anxieties of a community living in close proximity to the powerful and unpredictable forces of nature. The Nuckelavee's connection to the sea symbolizes the dangers of the ocean, storms, drownings, and the mysterious depths that hold unknown threats. Its emergence from the water reinforces this link, portraying the sea not just as a source of life but also as a source of terror. Its association with disease and crop failure reflects the vulnerability of the community to natural disasters and illness. In a time before modern medicine and agricultural science, these events were often inexplicable and devastating. The Nuckelavee provided a tangible, albeit supernatural, explanation for such misfortunes, allowing people to attribute blame and perhaps find ways to appease or avoid the malevolent force. The creature's grotesque and unnatural form can be interpreted as a symbol of chaos and disruption. Its hybrid nature, the uncomfortable blending of human and animal, represents a violation of natural order. This taps into a primal fear of things that are wrong or out of place, reinforcing the idea that the Nuckelavee is a force that brings imbalance and destruction. Furthermore, the Nuckelavee's aversion to fresh water can be seen as symbolic of purity or the cleansing power of nature. Fresh water, essential for life and often seen as a symbol of renewal, is the one thing that can repel this creature of decay and corruption. This offers a glimmer of hope within the dark mythology, suggesting that there are natural forces that can stand against the Nuckelavee's malevolence. The Nuckelavee also serves as a cautionary tale about respecting the power of nature and the supernatural. The folklore surrounding the creature often emphasizes the dangers of venturing into certain areas or acting disrespectfully towards the natural world. The Nuckelavee's wrath is a consequence of upsetting the delicate balance between humans and the supernatural forces that inhabit the Orkney Islands. The Nuckelavee in wider folklore and modern culture. While the Nuckelavee is primarily an Orcadian creature, it shares characteristics with other malevolent beings in Scottish and wider European folklore. Its equine form and association with water spirits link it to creatures like the Kelpie, another Scottish water horse, though the Nuckelavee is generally depicted as far more monstrous and purely malevolent. Its ability to spread disease also connects it to plague-bringing entities found in various mythologies. In modern times, the Nuckelavee continues to capture the imagination. It has appeared in various forms of media, including fantasy literature, role-playing games, and video games. These modern interpretations often draw upon the core elements of the folklore, its horrific appearance, its power, and its aversion to freshwater, while sometimes adding new details or adapting it to suit the narrative. These modern appearances, while perhaps deviating from the strict traditional folklore, serve to keep the legend of the Nuckelavee alive and introduce it to new audiences. They highlight the enduring power of this terrifying figure and its ability to inspire fear and fascination. Conclusion: the Nuckelavee stands as a powerful and terrifying figure within Scottish, specifically Orcadian, folklore. Its horrific appearance, its ability to spread disease and ruin crops, and its relentless malevolence make it a true creature of nightmare. Deeply rooted in the unique environment and cultural history of the Orkney Islands, the Nuckelavee embodies the fears of a community vulnerable to the unpredictable forces of nature and the mysteries of the unknown. It is a potent symbol of humanity's struggle against the overwhelming power of nature, a cautionary tale about respecting the forces beyond our control, and a testament to the enduring power of fear in shaping our understanding of the world around us. The legend of the Nuckelavee, passed down through generations, continues to chill the blood and remind us of the dark and mysterious forces that can lurk just beyond the edges of our known world. This detailed exploration provides a comprehensive look at the Nuckelavee based on available information.